Okay, so I thought I would share with you what is going on with the studio. It's not done. It's not done. It's been a month. This started May 30th. It's now July 3rd, and it's still not done. But it is coming along, and I want to show you what is about to happen. First things first, there's a wall here again. There is a wall, and that is good. But you might also hear that it's a little bit more echoey. And that's because, one, furniture and all that stuff is still out of place. Two, you can see cement. You can see the slab. Now, to solve the problem about the carpet going, I've done a couple things. One, I've got some sound dampening foam in the corners of the room where I record, only where I record. And I am building some sound dampening panels. As you can see here, I have one right here. That's a 24 by 36 panel. And I'll show you how I did that in a minute. Now, as we get over here, you can see still it's all out of whack. But over here, probably sounds a lot better. And that's because I got one panel. And then I got three 24 by 36 panels all side by side. Over here, still sound dampening thing in the corner. So over here, it's going to sound really good because, well, I'm being sound dampened a lot. A lot. I've got some more foam panels to make. In a second, I'm going to show you how I actually make them, sort of. There's something else too, though. I've got these. This is, these are sound dampening blanket. Now, these are short ones. They're short. They're about a foot and change tall, but they're also almost 7 feet wide. And I'm basically hanging it from the drop ceiling in my studio on top or in back of where my microphone is. So that way when I talk, any vocals that go up don't really bounce off the ceiling. They just sort of get trapped by these. Now I have three of these. I'm going to be hanging one above the mics in the two different places that I record in the studio, and the other one is going above a window, just to help dampen some of the noise coming from outside. And also, if I am making noise inside, it's not going outside. It's not going to cover the window completely, but it's just enough, and I'll still have some light coming in from the window as well. So that's a bonus. No, this video is not sponsored by Nikon. So when trying to figure out how to sound dampen this space, because I am not going to have carpet, and I don't want to deal with the carpet going on me again if there's ever a water issue. So I'm replacing the carpet with a vinyl plank floor. And it is mildew resistant, waterproof, and it's a floating floor, and it's a plank system. So if something got damaged, I can always take out some planks and put in some new ones. And it's going to be a beautiful wood texture. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. That should be done next week. And when that is done, I can put the whole studio back together again. And everything will be honky-dory. Yes, I just said honky-dory. I found out that the acoustic foam, which is super cheap to buy, those foam don't stick to the walls so well on their own. So what you have to do is get a bunch of these command stickies or Velcro, whichever you prefer. I just got these because they were less expensive than the Velcro ones, but the Velcro ones are nice too if you think you're going to be taking off the panels every so often. I actually have Velcro on one of them because on one of the walls that I covered, there's actually a little panel that comes off the wall to show the electric stuff behind it. So that one has Velcro, but the rest are just stickies. And you use the command strips because these don't leave residue, but they still are very strong. You are not using the stickies direct on the foam to the wall because the foam still won't hold. So what you have to do is get a bunch of foam boards. Some people say to get the one that's got like the honeycomb inside and stuff. Go for the cheaper one. These were 2 for $4 at Michael's, and I used a coupon on top of that, so it was super cheap. These are 20 by 30, not 24 by 36. The cubes that I have, when you stack them up and line them all up, it comes out to 24 by 36. So there's a little bit of overhang, which is perfectly fine. And then, so what you do is line it all up, get your grid how you want it, and then you take a hot glue gun. Use a hot glue gun, and I went through about 6 sticks using this mini hot glue gun, and you're just hot gluing the foam to the boards, and then you're going to use the command strips to command strip the panels, your finished panels, to your walls. But some advice I have for you is that when you open these acoustic foam blocks, if you wind up going this direction, instead of sound blankets and some other sound dampening methods, if you go with these foam blocks, then make sure that you leave them open. When you cut the bag open, leave them open for 24 hours, because if you don't, they are not fully expanded. You need them to be fully expanded before you glue them down so that they're ready to go. The density is right. They're as, stretched out, fluffy, whatever, as they're supposed to be. Otherwise, you may not be getting the most effect out of what you're doing. But I will tell you, just from walking from one side of the room to this side, it sounds so much better. So we'll see what happens when the new floor is in, and I get the ceiling sound dampening blankets up, and I got some more panels to make. So we'll see what happens with that. And it's exciting, though, that, this wall. This is where my wood backdrop used to be. And that's about to change. So I was contacted by a company that I've done a lot of work with, not for them, but I've actually purchased from them many times, and they want to partner on some things. And one of the things that they're going to be making are basically reusable, removable backdrops that stick to your wall and are your photographs. So I may not be rehanging the wood fabric background again. I might for a little bit before this partnership goes into effect. It may not be before you see this video, but that's going to be cool because that means I can change the backdrop and it could be my photo in the back. So that would be pretty neat. I'm excited to check it out. I might do some cool textures. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway.